All right, so in case you don't know, there's this instruction manual in the game that is written in an entirely different language, and you can translate it. I am going to instead piggyback off of the hard work of other people, uh, and have someone else and read a translated version already, rather than try and translate it myself. But we'll do that. I'll put a little background music in that is not going to show up in the YouTube video, but it will at least be here for you guys. All right. There we go. How's that volume level? All right. Cool. So, if you haven't played the game, I've said this a bunch of times already, but play the game rather than do this. Bye, Uzai. Sounds good. I'm excited that I refrained from looking at this, even though it was shared in spoiler chat multiple times. Yeah, we're gonna. My goal here. I'm very excited for this. My goal here is to uncover, the lore, the story behind what's happening here. I also am really looking forward to, if it's like any of the rest of the game instruction booklet, it's gonna be very like directly speaking to the player, which I'm very excited for, because that means more hints about like what the game is about more than anything else. Yeah. I do love this first line here. Tunic is a game following in the tradition of Fez, The Witness, and Outer Wilds. Knowledge is your greatest asset in these games. Spoilers! Spoilers for Outer Wilds. I'm just kidding. All right, page 1. Secret Legend Tunic instruction booklet. There's stuff on the background over here, which we'll come back to at the end. We've read this before. Dear player, you've come a long way if you found this already. Share your wisdom. This is the hint around the, let's see, let's go here instead. This is the hint around the, what do you call it? The little like question mark button, question mark land mass. Damn, my camera is just going to be in the way, period. Camera's just going to be in the way, period. So I'll just move it up as high as I can possibly get it. So, and I'll move it if it's directly in the way of something. Cool. Table of contents. We know all of this. 20 translates to cards. 23 translates to praying. 41 translates to the far shore. A long, long time ago, there lived a civilization of great power. They built a city, and within that city, they built a palace. They held sacred... Palace is misspelled with 2 L's. What? They held sacred the secrets of the Holy Cross and understood the planar nature of reality. They ventured to the far shore and sought power from the spaces between. As is usual, an alluring old power was discovered. Okay, so this speaks of like archetypal type stories, as is usual. Fossils of self, annealed versions of the future, entombed and cast into sarcophagi and buried. A lever in the canonical plane, a store of potential. Perhaps it is the fabled prize, the power to defy death. Caps. Bye, Panda. A terrible power rises. The discovering hero opened a tomb and revealed a terrible truth. A cathedral once built to venerate this new origin of life, and the faithful were granted the grace of holy oblivion. Okay. The faithful were granted the grace of holy oblivion makes me think the faithful were put into statues. We'll find out. The world is thrown into ruin. The lever worked. The fulcrum shattered. A hole in truth will thunder open, and all manner of disquiet contradictions will gnaw apart the canonical plane. The thread is snagged into a squirming coil with no beginning and no end. Flee to your arcs, old ones, and become your predestined selves. Predestined is weird. So the planar stuff they're talking about here must be like a mix of fate and time, because there's this stuff about predestination happening. A prison and a beacon. But one must live outside the shivering ring. The heir seeking an heir to the heir. Okay, I don't exactly understand how we get from here to here on a story perspective, but this English is hard to comprehend for me. Yeah. Not just you. It's hard in general. Yeah, exactly. It's written in a style which is very so oftentimes less the thing that they're doing is like the blank, comma, the blank. Let me see. Let me find an example of a sentence. Oftentimes, it's much easier. A lever in the canonical plane, a store of potential. There is no subject in that sentence. It's just two variations of the same thing. Like the language structure itself is what's a good word for it? Sort of like esoteric, but one must live outside the shivering ring, the heir seeking an heir to the heir. We're the heir. The heir to the heir is in here. A beacon to bring about a ruin seeker. To either grow strong and replace an ailing heir, or to hold sacred the holy cross and ensure their wisdom lives on. Which will you be, ruin seeker? Have you arrived here seeking treasure and glory, or do you seek to uncover deeper truths? Look carefully, for the golden path lies everywhere. There's the canonical plane. There's the shadow oubliette. Oh, we're going to have to Google that one. An oubliette is a specific type of dungeon that only has one escape route through a trapdoor in its ceiling. Interesting. An oubliette. With the only entrance and exit being in the ceiling far above where the prisoner stands, escape is pretty much impossible. Interesting. And then the far shore. Okay. I'm going to wait to try and exactly summarize this lore here, because I'll be honest with you. No, I'll just try right now. Okay, there was a civilization of great power. Like all civilizations with great, great, great power, they kept pushing the limit, and they were looking for the power to defy death, the fabled prize. An alluring old power. Fossils of self, annealed visions of the future. Annealed meaning heated and then allowed to cool slowly. Entombed and cast into sarcophagi and buried, a lever in the canonical plane, a store of potential. They unlock something hidden, something secret, something that should have probably stayed secret. The discovering hero, who I believe is the heir to the heir, opened a tomb, revealed a terrible truth. A cathedral once built to venerate this new origin of life, and the faithful were granted the grace of holy oblivion. I think that line means discovered the ability to put foxes inside of, to like turn them into the radioactive power sort of thing that we have discovered. Like we have the worshipping, we have the powerful, we have the power is the thing in the glass, the power is leaking from the person. Image and that together. That's how I'm gonna translate that. The lever overworked, the fulcrum shattered, a whole. So being too strong, they broke the world. The world. All manner of disquiet contradictions. So they fucked with time travel and messed up and accidentally fucked their mom, and then all of a sudden their own existence was called into question by like messing up the balance in some way. Everything started to fall apart. Flee to your arcs, old ones. Become your predestined selves. One must live outside the Shivering Ring. This is me. I don't understand the must here, but cool. So this is basic. This one is basically the like the description of like the 3 planes almost, or like the planes. Again, the same battle fought uncountable times. So the cycle continues. Ruin seekers drawn to the beacon are tested. Those who abandon their quest are forgiven and simply disappear. Those who are strong enough to remember their true hero selves will, through violence, begin the cycle anew. Will you be the heir to the heir and wait within the shadow oublietta? Before long, a ruin seeker will be drawn to you. Their gifts will recall your past life, and you will grant them the same false hope you were given. To break the curse, a ruin seeker must, by some miracle, invoke a relic from beyond this plane. Continue your most recent file. New game, begin a fresh quest. Options, adjust your settings. Go to save data screen. Options mean you can keep playing if the challenge is too much right now. You're allowed. Harder quest, money, that means new game plus. Load file, resume play. Choose to remove a file forever. Whose is this? It's talking about the new load file. Beginning your adventure. A secret legend says a great treasure lies in this faraway land. Maybe it is the power to defy death. Why do you seek this power? Tiny. 1. Time to begin your adventure. Here is what you will do. Into the woods. Sword lies at the grave. Powerful foe, be careful. You will need a key. Dark need a light. Power to defy death. Lost, see page 28. Okay. What's page 28? Let me just scroll real quick. See page 28. The map. Find a map. Game screen. You are the Ruin Seeker. Such an interesting name for you. Strange gate to the far shore. To the far shore. Oh, that does make sense. The far shore is the place we can travel in between. You discovering the new save file was a great moment. Or is the far shore the nighttime version of the place? The far shore is the portals. I love that name. Is it the portals or is it the nighttime version of... Can you visit... Does that make sense? It's a small, minor question. Is the far shore the... Let's find out. Here? It is. Okay. The far shore is the Shadow Oublietta. Is this place. The thing. A key is no mere toy. Where is that? Right here? A key is no mere toy. Whew. The Warp Hub, yeah. The Far Shore is a poetic name? It's definitely a name that sounds poetic. Are we to the point of freely sharing info, or is it still Tama time? I think we're to the point. I think we're to freely sharing info. I'm cool with that. Yeah. I think we're there. Chat. The Tama restriction has been lifted. Of course, don't tell me something on the page that I'm just about to read, but go for it. If I'm just about to read a page that maybe gives me the information, then, you know, I mean, you can. It's just going to be less fun for all of us, but... Guys, did you know the main character is a fox? Let's go. All right. When you have low stamina, you are in danger. Keep your eye on your stamina points. Focus is crucial. Roll, run, or talk. This button has many uses. One is secret, but if you read this book, you will learn it, of course. Press to roll. Very, very important for surviving. This game is an alternate reality game as well, an ARG. I have to confess that I do not understand what ARGs even are. The amount of times people were trying to explain the Inscription ARG to me, I was like, I'm gonna need first grade instructions on what that means. What's a shield? Is there a shield in here? Shield. Whoa. The button, LT button, has one use, but it is a powerful one. Use it all the time, Ruin Seeker. Target locker. Roll and dodge while still staying steady for a strike. Raise your shield, face the foe. Stamina points represent your poise and strength to perform certain actions. Ooh, poise is a great word. ARG basically means there's secrets to be found outside of just the game. Yeah, like I think Inscription, I mean, minor. Yeah, I think Inscription was like an IRL location in which game information could be used to find more game information. Is like maybe the simplest way to say it. ARG are elements in a game you complete outside the main game. There's a third language in game. It's translatable. What do you think it is? Is it the hexes that I was just looking at down here? Sounds good, Tony. Is it, or not hexes, the, like, these? Because those are kind of hieroglyphs, but they're not exactly the same. They're hieroglyphs in a weird, they're Tunic in like a weird, they might be Tunic in a weird, like stacked fashion. It's just Tunic in a stacked fashion. It's not seen. Is there music in the game that can be translated? All right, where were we? All right, we're going to keep chucking. Ding ding. What's the, that's cool. Huh. Your stamina points go down. When at 0 stamina points, you can still do many actions, but at a disadvantage. The start of evasion, you have invulnerability briefly, so evade at just the right moment. Take enough hits and you'll flinch. If a hit is really big, it can even be knocked over. The hidden stability gauge is 25% of your total HP. With Vigor, use Vigor to roll. You're safe for a tiny moment. Found a shield? No, we don't have any shields. You're in out of Vigor. You can only hop and are highly vulnerable. I've seen that before. It's Tunic. What is the ARG? I don't even know. What is the translation of the tunes? That satisfying jingle when you open the mountain door. In Tunic, it says, share your wisdom. That's cool. Hi, JB Regatta. How's it going? Is this the hero's blades or a forgery, which is interesting. You need a key to open one of the rare old doors. The key disappears. Just a stick. I really thought there was more to the stick. Damn it. Eat fruits to restore HP or MP. Left by a rudeling used to deflect bows. One is spicy, one's minty. Unstable power made from the fairy of the West Garden. Betray your effigy for coins. Each betrayal is sweeter than the last. Effigies go, frenzy question, effigies go up in value? That's cool. Made from storm, the pudding made from slorm, the pudding that goes boom. All of the beloved hero foes will be tricked. Fire everywhere and ow, 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 ow. Special treasure that allows a wish. Use it well to give to Wish Eater. Use that well to give to Wish Eater. Cards are ways to be inspired by unusual greatness. Offer up ash to make your magic potions more potent. Said the ash of heroes fortifies the blood. Okay. Holy Cross is more than a mere item. Oh, this is such a red herring right here. Note, Holy Cross is more than a mere item because it's in the magic item thing. God damn it. God damn it. So these numbers are a reference to the effigy's value that goes up. That's funny. That's such a genius red herring. Holy Cross is more than a mere item. Well, why'd you put it there, little turds? Because you got me, and you knew you would. Risk an offering to the air. As the shore bleeds, one of falsehoods and memories, the air hungers for reminders of the corporeal world. Offer these mementos and share a delusion of power. Pilgrims to the shore are stripped of this false power. Price goes up each time. Bad news, the Ruin Seeker has run out of health points. Oh no! But wait, a strange being has given us another chance. Such a debt is a dangerous thing to have. What was, but is now not. The ghostly form is an echo of self. Touch it to break its connection to this cycle and let it drift back into the shore. Be kind, as this is your eventual fate as well. Cards can change its nature. You can make it explode more or drop MP, I think. Future cycles look back with faith, knowing the course. Persevere and be sure to boost your power despite the cost. This ring raises defense when you are in peril. Inverted Ash, quaffed potions restore MP instead of HP. Lucky Cup, foes leave hearts to heal you a bit more. Or to heal you, but it's rare. Muffling Bell, foes notice you less. Many more cards. Granting wishes requires payment. Further inspiration requires wishes. Those who wish enough can be formidable indeed. But to who are you giving payment? Cards can grant powerful inspiration. Okay. Yeah, for sure, Ludwig. It makes sense. The Holy Cross is definitely meant to be considered an item, something you find, and then it's been the useless buttons on your keyboard the entire time. Stumped, here are some clues for you. Try to help your friends if you can. I entered the temple, but it was empty. What now? Here is where a Ruin Seeker would place 3 keys. Where are the keys? You can't find any without praying. Try praying. How do I get to the ruined atoll? Traverse the far shore with the portals and prayer. What is the secret of the golden path? Look to the stars and to page 49. The checkpoint says dead. It must see to the core. Look for a nearby thing. The checkpoint does not have power. You must power it up with that. That's what that says. Interesting. The fairies always say something in Tunic when you find them. They're also aware of Andrew Schuldis. They say things like, "What up, little fox? You found me, yay," and a really long quote that includes, "If you see Andrew out there, tell him to stop putting me in that box." Wait, that's incredible. If you see Andrew out there, tell him to stop putting me in that box. Other places Tunic appears are in the ancient tech enemies, fairies, garden knight, and administrators. The fairies in particular say, "No foxes." What's up with the door in the mountains? All the clues you seek are here in these pages. How do I defeat the air? Gather the relics from the hero's grave. How do I open these doors? Seek the Holy Cross. Can I go back to how things were? Perhaps there is a way. Maybe this is all a dream. Take a nap. What's behind the waterfall? Do you know of the fairies? Turn to page 47 and look carefully. What's the next piece of the puzzle? Every page has a secret. Even this one. How do I truly escape? Share your wisdom. Break the cycle. I found a trophy. Can I see them all? Yes, there is a place. You have to go into the room with the shield and then go into the little circle room. Do you know the secret way? Go to the door in the mountains and check behind it. To pray, be still for a moment and rest. Ruin Seeker, press and hold A for a short time. No holy being will ever hear you, but venerate those who give of their core and awaken the tools of a lost age. Woobles, thank you for the follow. Oops, I just tried to use the controller to switch pages like I was in the actual game. The music of the game itself contains messages inside of them as well, just like the noises of the fairy that translate into words. Keep an eye on your bars. Stamina, health. MP is the power of your soul. Today is the rainy day, so don't hoard valuable tools. That's a great translation. Don't save things for a rainy day. Today is your rainy day. Don't hoard your valuable tools. Rewards await those who use them liberally. Hi, Snuffles. How's it going? I missed 25 pages already. I'm sorry. You did, but we're, you know, the good stuff is yet to come, I'm sure. No, there was the early lore, which I was really excited about. Mostly reading these pages and seeing the translations is like, mostly what's happening is I'm seeing ways in which, like, the writing itself, it's not that it's a, like, how do I phrase this? Oh, I gotta figure out how to phrase this because it sounds bad the way I'm trying to say it right now, but it's not bad. Okay, here it is. So there's this metaphor. There's this description I've heard recently of having a crush and like what that means. Having a crush, it has been said, is simply a lack of information. What that means is that when you have a crush on a person, you don't know them well enough, and so your brain fills in all of the gaps. You think about this person who is desirable to you, but you don't know their ins and outs. You don't know everything about them. And so, in those little gaps, you supply a version of them. You supply maybe a kind, caring, hot, sexy, a generous, a funny, witty little version for those things. A crush is simply a lack of information. However, that's one way to think about it. But then, like when you marry a person, right? Or like you long-term love a person, or even you short-term really get to know a person you have a crush on, you fill in those gaps. And in one way, it can be, from one limited perspective, a little disappointing to see the reality behind the magic that you supplied. You filled in a gap with your imagination, which is magic. But then there's a reality behind that, and you get to see that. And of course, if you're lucky, that reality is still lovely and magical in its own way. It's just not what you came up with. It's really funny right now to look and see this language that was hieroglyphs and magic to me and be like, what does that mean? It could mean a million things. It could be X poetic. It could be Y new language. It could have all pieces of information I would never wrap my head around. And a lot of the manual is a little mundane. I don't think that makes it any less magical, though. The magic is both me not being able to wrap my head around it for 40 hours, and then also the fact that it says, how do I defeat the air? Gather your relics from the hero's grave. It's just a simple description. It's a simple do X, find Y. The way I was originally going to say this was, it's a little disappointing to that's not what I mean at all. It's not disappointing. It's both sides of it. I love the game. And getting to see the thing that was what my imagination supplied is not disappointing. It's just kind of funny. It's just a manual. LWM7, thank you for the follow. It's just a manual. It's telling you how to do a thing. And not all of it is that way, because some of it is very poetic. It's great to see the names for things. It's great to see, like, can I go back to how things were? Perhaps there's a way. Maybe this is all a dream. That's not a simple XY. It's a, like, hint. And the only hint I got was the image, which was a different hint. You know? It's cool. It's cool. I think the manual had a perfect balance of providing info but keeping its mystery. I do think the manual is the central glowing gem at the center of this game. I've talked about it a bunch. You guys are probably exhausted about hearing it. I think other people feel differently. The combat is like, it's good. It's not like my favorite, and also it's not the thing that like speaks to my soul. Some people, that's it, right? Some people, the gameplay itself in certain different games, it's what speaks to their soul. Not me. To me, the mystery is the thing that speaks to my soul, and the manual is the center of the mystery. The center of it. The genius of giving you as loot a how to play the game, except that how to play the game is written in a language you cannot understand. But you can still piece things together because some of it's written in your language and some of it's image. The gameplay's fun. If you remove the manual, this game wouldn't be as special. This game wouldn't be Tunic. Yeah, I agree with you so much so, Jirodon, that I almost disagree with you. I agree with you so much so that, like, you're understating it. If you remove the manual, the game's not Tunic. The game isn't, it's not the same game at all. I agree with you so much that I'm like, without the manual mechanic and any of the mystery there, like, can you imagine if everything here, if every piece of mystery was somehow in dialogue or signs? It wouldn't be the same at all. It wouldn't be the same. You're exactly right. God, I love this game. Snuffles, you picked a great time to come in because honestly, you missed me reading, but you didn't miss me reflecting. You got here right before the reflecting. Uh Fun fact, when I was a kid and I played Zelda 1 and 2, I only had English manuals for English games. I did not understand a word. It was basically a Tunic manual for me. That's perfect. The manual is absolutely the best part of the game. I love how the game is presented in a typical RPG format where you're tricked into thinking you've stepped into the role of the fox. But your role in this game is actually you as a human player working around a language you don't understand, like a kid who bought the Japanese version of the game and doesn't read kanji. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. And it goes to show that one of the best things you can do, one of the best tools at your disposal in storytelling is trickery. Lie to me. Tell me the incomplete truth. Make me make conclusions that are wrong. I don't want to know the truth right at the start. Fool me. Lie to me. I want to think I'm on the right track and be completely wrong. I want it. Ah. It's so good. Tell me sweet little lies. Yeah, that's exactly right, Jared. I love that yo-yo. Yeah, I did hear that the manual was a physical item before it was scanned into the game. It's perfect. All right. I got to keep reading or else we'll never get through this. It's such a great game. It's such a great game. See the rug I'm standing on, sweep it out from under me? Yeah. So to bring this full circle, even that said, it's mundane, right? The manual. But that said, it's also not. It's got a spirit and a soul to it. Today is the rainy day, it says. Don't save things for a rainy day. Today is the rainy day. Someone's made maps for you. There are secrets hidden on them, so look carefully. You can run? Oh, that's bullshit. I didn't know that. That's crazy. The maps. To the west of the Great Palace are the gardens. Many paths are broken, but there is a way. A magic item made from a fairy. Use it to freeze foes with ice. Can you see the bell but not ring it? Try going to the West Garden via the Dark Tomb. Flooded lair beneath the surface filled with monsters. Walking in water will slow you, but also some foes. Watch out for what lies below. Use a shield. Watch your vigor. Beneath the earth are many scary places. Be sure to take a lantern. Below the fortress is a cave. The other thing that I think about this game is that, like, There's the Tunic language, right? How many languages are being spoken in this game? There's Tunic. There's whatever language you are encountering it in. English for me. Fortress of the Eastern Vault right here, written in English. There's Tunic, the music. But there's also like a fourth and a fifth and a sixth. What you're doing when you're looking at these drawings right here is you're translating. That's translation. It's not language exactly, but you're translating. You're translating a visual note-taking language. You're certainly translating a visual language. On a page like this, like you're translating a different visual language with each of these drawings, the produced drawings rather than like the annotated drawings. Oh man, it's all translation. You're translating like gesture, like look at like you're doing like nearly comic book type of translating, like the gestures of so many of these. Yeah. Okay, where was I here? One key to the Shadow Oublietta is guarded by the great machine, the last great machine of war. When the siege was done, this beast was coaxed into this lonely purpose. The last machine of war is a great name. Those who live in the fortress do not know the secrets of prayer. Use your knowledge wisely. Who knows what you will find? Oh, that's so interesting. The monks don't know how to pray. They're custodians, but under the library is the skeleton of a great abbey that served as its annex. Once some others made this their home and built on the ruins. Only flora and fauna live here now, but the frogs may be on patrol. Summoning the library path means venerating to the four corners, so take a knee. Northeast, west, south, southeast, northeast, northwest, southwest. Oh, that's funny. So these four... You know, I don't think I ever put that together. In this notebook, there is a page where I took the four... That's so funny. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I'm so mad at myself. Goodbye, Marsh. Thanks for being here. I'm so mad at myself. I spent a solid 20 minutes in this game. It was probably 40 minutes trying to translate what these four specific words meant, and they were cardinal directions. That's beautiful. I've been waiting for that realization. I'm mad and very delighted by that. I'm very delighted by that. I spent so much time. Check the middle of the page. There's up. Oh, that's cool. Huh. Up. Up to get to the library. That's so funny. I know it's in this notebook somewhere. I spent Yeah. And it is, and I did kind of figure it out. Kinda. I call it left. You can't see it. Where is it? I call it left and right and down and up. But it was just remember the weather vane? Does it have these on it? It has music notes next to the direction. Yeah, we did. I mean, we solved this part. Like we solved the puzzle using this. But it is crazy to think that up means north in this. Basically, like what's happening right now is I'm realizing up means north. Like north equals up. That's it. And on this map, the only thing they meant were upper left means northwest. Upper right means northeast. That's so funny. Odd door, magic orb, rotated around the forbidden axis, partially summon a disquiet being. Many have fought the secrets of this world, drawn by the great power and other secret legends. The librarian has learned much, including powerful sorceries. He makes his home high above the clouds, waiting for foolish ruin seekers to bring him more pages. Although powerful, his tragedy is his belief that the Holy Cross resides in the cathedral. Which is funny, because when you say it this way, motherfucker, you make me think the Holy Cross can be found in the cathedral. Andrew Schuldis, or whatever the person's name is. He will never visit the far shore. Have you spoken to the librarian since you murdered him? I don't think so. I don't remember. Maybe. No. Maybe. What do you think ruin seeker means? I think based on the early part, it means basically seeker of that the Holy Cross is the ruin. And then I'm the play. It means like basically player one or like game player. But I think it means which meaning of ruin? Artifact type thing? What are you thinking? He's very sassy in his reply. I think we did speak to him. What's he say on the far shore? I think we talked to him. We'll stop at nothing to obtain the blue gusher. She has long known that it lies in the rooted ziggurat, but has only now entered its depths. It cost many lives, but any praise would be acceptable. Monastery, once a place of worship for the gods thought to live beneath the earth. It was abandoned when the cathedrals reached its peak. Cavity, exposed fossil that has denied a patch of local truth out. Sorry, dented. That has dented a patch of local truth out of the canonical plane. That's a great phrasing. Being near it does not hurt, but does instill a terrible feeling of hopelessness. So your lowered HP, they call hopelessness. That's funny. Rooted ziggurat, a house for strange gods, exposed by erosion and greed. Done. Powerful. Uses a lot of magic. Savvy explorers have been known to quest for this soon after their arrival. Speedrun?
Wait, how are you reading this weird text? None of this makes sense.
Hi, Latrocitus. Thank you for the 6 months. Thank you. 6 months. That's half a year. That's a lot. The librarian's translation here, or text here to gloat, idiot. You did it. You released the air, and now this. Now you must either defeat it and take its place, or find the Holy Cross and share its wisdom. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. The common consensus is that seeker of ruins, or ruin, means one who seeks one's ruin instead of one who seeks abandoned ruins. Interesting. I could buy that. Because you're in the loop looking to free mommy and ruin yourself and remain in the prison. Here's my one question on that note. And it might be a translation thing, but it seems like right here. Let me find it. No, it just says sacred. It just said sacred, the secrets of the Holy Cross. A bringer to, a beacon to bring about a ruin seeker. Interesting. Which will you be, ruin seeker? Have you arrived seeking treasure and glory, or do you seek to uncover deeper truths? I do love that it. Yeah, I could buy that. Seeker of ruin. Either way, I think it probably benefits from the. Either way, I'm not going to argue one way or the other for a reading, because I think it probably benefits from the what's the word? From the like potential double meaning there, you know? Yeah. The bottom of the quarry will sap your will to go on unless precautions are taken. Were the rumors that the air is poisoned misunderstood because of this miasma? Any price would be acceptable as opposed to praise as written. Okay, so that's here. That makes sense. I was like, what does praise mean? That's funny. That's funny. The ambiguity, yeah. No, that's perfect, Artifice. Thank you. This is my favorite part of games like this. Bring attention to those dualities. Go for it. RIP is what it says on the forehead of the fox. God damn it. Flamers are equipped in various ways. Flesh is stripped away. This quiet fragment who lives in a skull wants to taste everything. An echo of self from a past ruin seeker whose owner gave up. Can I get an R space I space P in the chat? Yeah. Whose owner gave up. Watch and listen closely. Release it from its agony. Around the cathedral is a wasteland of graves. Those who had remains to bury after the final battle are laid here. Many are not at rest. R.I.P. The cathedral, the seat of power for the first heir. There's chanting in the air at 1. Air question mark. A large chamber filled with the smell of incense. A shaft descends into blackness, activated by number 10. Doorway to the eastern rooms. Group of lost friends who covet the elixir. Baptismal font. Upper balcony offers a view. Library, there's a double secret. We know what that is. A rough-hewn passage. A moonlit bridge blocks access to a treasure. The chalice or the vessel is number 9, which I don't even right up here. Device to power the lift for number 3. Lift shaft. Ruined chamber. And then a gauntlet with 6 challenges. Hero. The Shadow Oublieta. Sword of the Air. Stolen device. Stolen device. So is the librarian is one of the best characters. So the librarian stole the teleportation portal? Is that which is how they lure ruin seekers? Is that what I'm meant to understand there, or does someone have a better explanation? This is where you arrive as a ruin seeker. And then this portal spot, it says stolen device. Far shore, you're a shadow of yourself. The false gifts of the air have no effect. With the hero relic, attuned to a true memory of yourself instead of a pale retelling. Yeah, no, for sure. They stole. Wait. They stole it from where? Broken portal at the swamp. Gotcha. Oh, of course. Yeah. I knew it. Okay, so that's right. That makes sense. Remember how the librarian's bit says he will never enter the far shore? Yes, but why? What does that mean? The librarian is up in the castle. They have removed one portal from the swamp to their by the castle. I mean, the library. They've removed the portal to the library so that you fast travel, so that you basically portal there, so that they can steal your manual pages. It is interesting. Like I definitely remember. It's super distinctual. That like sort of jerry-rigged portal here. It's just cool to see that was exactly what was happening behind the scenes. Seek the candle and pray to visit the hero's grave. Claim your heroic past. I assume he stole the device to study it so he could get to the far shore. The icon on the warp pad is for the cemetery. Yeah, it's true. This right here. Yeah. Great detail. The ruin seeker begins to understand the Holy Cross. Much is hidden in this world, bound behind the power of the Holy Cross. Yeah, that's an understatement. Prove to those who gave of their core that you know of it deeply. Open the vaults left to help wise ruin seekers. Free the souls that stayed behind to guide you and receive their gift, the fairies. Follow the golden path. Extinguish the beacon's last spark and become a fresh martyr. Courage that is untempered by kindness risks eating itself forever. Now that's Okay, so some of the writing, and it might be the translation, some of the writing of the manual, I would say very so there's some mundane, there's a little bit like esoteric overlord, like esoteric exotica, like esoteric for being for the sake of being esoteric. And then there's some of it that's true poetry, and that is true poetry. Courage that is untempered by kindness risks eating itself forever. You can be courageous without kindness, and that would be your fate. Remember the hint I made for page 41's secret? This one right here? This line? Wait. I don't remember what the hint was. What was the hint? A guide to junctions off the canonical plane marks an unseen friend. The canonical plane. B. Share your wisdom. Wisdom that is untempered by kindness is no wisdom at all. This page makes me want to cry. Be free. Wisdom untempered by kindness is no wisdom at all. It is a poem. Aw. Yeah, I can see both of your hints make more sense now, knowing the planar part of the thing. Courage untempered by kindness risks eating itself forever. Wisdom untempered by kindness is no wisdom at all. The fairy sprang. Fairy souls are tucked away in all corners of the world. They lock themselves in gold chests, awaiting a clever ruin seeker who knows the power of the Holy Cross. A hidden fairy will always leave a trace of magic nearby. They await a particular song. Listen for it eternally. Look around to find a secret spell hidden in the world. Tiny falls fairies will be drawn along the small fold of local truth the real fairy has created at a nest. Secret gathering place. They have a final treasure, but only a certain number of their friends are freed. Caustic light. The invisible maze. The house. The vein. The golden path. The greatest spell. Cards. Did you retain the letter from us? Immerse it in water to see a secret message. Northwest, east, and south. Up, down, left, right. Find some rare golden statues. Traverse the glow to visit 12 strange beings. Unsing to them the greatest song, the song of the golden path as seen from within. I think this is probably about how to translate the manual, but I don't know for sure. Is this one right here, chat, about how to translate the manual? Is that what this is referring to? That's the ARG. Got it. Got it. Which leaves one page left. Outer Wilds? In the ancient glade? Up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right. Under the moon, contemplate this prayer. Near an ancient tomb, plundered for its blade, lies a special place. This is my absolute favorite puzzle. So, nighttime, use this code. Near an ancient tomb plundered for its blade. I think we went to... Oh, I don't know for a fact, though. Is this one of the places I got the sword? The sword? This is my favorite puzzle. Time to hawk. Dang, I kind of want to do it now. I mean, shit. We could do one last thing in the stream today, right? one last thing in stream today. Let me hop back into Tunic. I hope it doesn't break my PC. All right, let's do it. Let's solve one more puzzle, and then we'll call it a stream into game. I might need some front seat help with this. Oh, I can't look at the translated version. Shit. Let me pull it up on my other computer. Or my other screen. Under the moon, contemplate this prayer. So I'm guessing that means here. Here. Special place plundered for its blade near an ancient tomb. Yeah, I think I'll probably leave that for another day, Tony. I saw that. Or maybe watch it on my own time. Thank you, though. Okay. I'm trying to remember where exactly we got the sword. We got the sword from... There are two places to get the sword. I'm pretty sure I missed this. I'm pretty sure you can get the sword in here. I might be wrong. If I'm remembering correctly, I got the sword from a weird place that most people don't get the sword from. That is basically there because of idiots like me who somehow got the sword from the wrong place. Or who somehow missed the thing. Which is down here. An ancient tomb. Near an ancient tomb. Are we near an ancient tomb? I don't know. It says under the moon. I don't think I'm particularly under the moon right now. We have the dark tomb, obviously. Under the moon. I think that just means outside. Contemplate this prayer just means push the buttons. Near an ancient tomb, maybe. But also something else potentially. I think I might accept some front seat help just getting to this place. Let's do it. Let's play warmer, colder. One last warmer, colder, chat, for one last mystery. One last warmer, colder. How warm would you say? All we're accepting is variations of warm or cold. How warm would you say I am right now? Front seat question. Pretty cold. Lukewarm? What's Luke have to do with it? Okay, how about now? Cold or warm? Probably colder. I don't think... I'm warm? Oh, you're saying Luke is warm. Link is living and breathing and therefore warm. I feel like I got this sword from East Forest somewhere. Near an ancient tomb plundered for its blade. There is a special place. Or was it over here? Did I get the sword right here, chat? Yes or no? No. Where the fuck did I get the sword? The other thing about moon means maybe not outside. It just means this. Okay, frontsy question. Where did I get the sword? There are two places, right? I think there are two places where I got the sword. Frontsy question. Where did I get the sword? I could not tell you. East Forest. Okay. So my instinct was right there. And then I think there... Or is there only one sword, but there's two sticks? Oh, I think that's what I'm thinking of for that. Okay, so we go... Where's this ladder at? It says ladder, but there's no ladder. Oh, Lord, my brain. How do I get up here again? Okay, so let's go... all the way up. Oh, my God. We're dashing. We're dashing. Here. Down. Not quite right. It's down here. But East Forest is currently... There are technically two swords. One is for... How warm and cold am I, chat? One is for speedrunners. Maybe I have it wrong about the moonlight, the nighttime. Warmer and colder. I think I'm wrong about the nighttime. It could be that there's a moon shape somewhere in the world that it is under. One last little mystery. Didn't you find the speedrunner sword when you started a new save thinking that it'd help you solve a puzzle? It's really funny to me. I have a bad memory in general, I would say. I also, I think there's this thing that has happened a little, which is kind of interesting. As I've started playing video games for more people, like more people are watching, there's this thing that happens where you guys have like a collective memory that is much greater than my individual memory. How warm and cold am I now, by the way, chat? I think partially because you guys chat about it in the spoilery chat. I think basically, and maybe because you all have individual excellent memories. But there's this thing I've noticed that is like, because you guys sort of debrief in the spoilery chat sometimes, you have a like constant like, oh, here's the larger picture of where he's at. And like, here's the explanation of what he just did. Whereas to me, it's just like, I don't know, I did something confusing and I don't get it. It's kind of funny. You guys have more, I think you guys have a greater understanding of me, of the like overall scope of things a lot of times. I'm cold. Can Can't believe we're getting 3 to 4 more hours of Tunic. Old. It might not be its blade that it's talking about. It could be the... Near an ancient tomb. I mean, the place on the... middle here. Chat, how warm is what I'm looking at right now? How warm would that be? Congrats on beating the tutorial, LOL. How warm would I be if I were like right here? I'm gonna need help with this one, I think. I can't figure it out. Warmer than you've been? Alright, well. Fair. Anyways, it's kind of just cool for me that, like, it's weird because I think your eye for detail sometimes makes it hard for you to see things on a greater scale. I think there's that. I think there's YouTube brain. I think it's hard to being the person creating the content and putting things to words means that my memory for a game suffers for sure. And like my memory for moment to moment or detail or whatever can or larger scape can sometimes fail. However, I think it is also partially that, like, yeah, it's funny. All right, chat, how warm and cold am I? How warm am I? I'm sure I'm blazing hot. Right here. Under the moon, contemplate this prayer. Near an ancient tomb, plundered for its blade, lies a special place. Just cold? Just cold. Not warmer at all? I need hints about warmer or colder. All right, chat. Front seat me. Where do I go? Front seat me here. I've been informed of additional context that changes the answers a bit. Just go ahead and front seat me here. I don't know where to go, so go ahead and tell me. Go to East Forest. What are we doing? We're solving the final page of the back cover of the book. Ah, I clicked the wrong button. Gotta be there at night. Okay, so I was pretty warm. Kind of. No? Don't actually have to be there at night? Either way, Anne, I appreciate it a lot when people are gentle with me about... It's such a first world problem, but I appreciate it when people are gentle with me about making mistakes in video games or not remembering things on video, or like... It's It's one of the only parts of this job that I think can be... that I think I don't always love. This is just how I'll say it. Is that it's so it's so easy to be really... And I don't blame people. It's pretty easy to be rude about... Full on front seat me, by the way. Where am I going from here? Full on. We're full on front seat. I know what the code is and I can input it, but I need to know exactly where to go. It's so easy to be really dismissive and simplistic and just sort of rude about a person you're watching do something on the internet. And Lord knows I give people plenty of opportunities, but it's like pretty demoralizing to see a person for some reason, especially in live chat. And I will be honest with you, this has happened this has happened this week. To see a person like comment on your ability or personality, but ability gets me more, I would say, in a like non-particularly positive light. It's not my favorite. It's maybe my least favorite thing about the whole job. YouTube comments, not bad. They're fine. Okay. Interesting. So vaguely here is where I'm supposed to be. That sucks. The anonymity of the internet makes people too bold. It is the anonymity, but it's also like, I think there's a thing where, for some reason, a person writes a YouTube comment and like maybe it bothers me a little bit, but because it's like out of time and space, a person writing or like intentionally or unintentionally being rude in Twitch chat directly to me in real time feels like a person at the grocery store like saying something, or like at a family gathering, rather than like having a letter on your doorstep. You know, I don't know. Like, it's just different. I don't know why. I think people get real comfy, forget they're not joking with a close friend. Yeah, I mean, and it's like, so the point of all of this, I want to say, is just that, like, I really appreciate, because I know it takes effort. I really appreciate the people and all of you do it, but like the attempts at being like, you know, kind and forgiving and generous when I am less than perfect, because I'm not perfect. I'm really, really not perfect on screen. So I appreciate you all when you do that. Thank you. The parasocial piece of it is a tough balance. It's true, yeah. It's true, especially in this community where, like, you know, I have put, like, part of the landscape of this community is I have put on the table a lot of, I feel very comfortable with a lot of teasing. Like, I feel comfortable with it, I would say, most of the time. I've put that on the table. I've taken off of the table other things, like teasing Meg, or like certain topics in conversation. Like, you know, we have boundaries in certain ways. Certain things on the table. I, for instance, really love it when people make fun. I mean, I shouldn't say this. Never mind. I'm more comfortable with my mustache being gently teased than I am with any part of Megan's appearance being teased. That said, I'm still really not comfortable with my appearance being teased most of the time, unless I bring it up myself. But and then there's parts of it that are like personality and that kind of thing. For instance, my hairline. That's a great one, Artifiz. Very cool with the hairline comments. Exclamation trench. My hairline, absolutely on the table. If you, yeah. It's just, yeah. Who would tease Meg? Only true monsters, yeah. Anyways, I love how your hair looks today. Thank you, Celeste. That's the kind of positivity I'm looking for. I hope you aren't saying all this because I offended you with my joke about writing about furniture in a room. No, I'm saying it partially because of the other thing, because of the other way that you wrote the comment, which was like, which I think your comment left a lot of space for like, you do well at certain things, which I think was good. Like, you do well at these certain things. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna hit a quick little Konami code and end this Tunic game. This way. We have apparently a tiny little secret here. So up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right. There's a chest. I got a single coin. I got a single cheese. What the fuck? I'm being trolled. That's gonna do it for our gameplay of Tunic. A single cheese. A single piece of cheese. And that's a metaphor for how this game has capitalized on my attention and curiosity for financial gain because I paid money to this small team of lovely developers who made a really mind-twisting, beautiful piece of art game that I am so very happy that I played, and I'm so very happy that you guys watched. Knowledge is currency in this game. And that is a metaphor, I think. One last secret to tell you, go for it. It also played a Tunic jingle. I think it did. You get a penny for your thoughts. That's so fucking funny. What a fucked up world that does make sense. That does kind of make sense. Did you know you can parry with the shield? Sorry, bye. I mean, I was pretty sure. It's what the R2 does, right? L2 does, right? I think it's L2. Oh, I gotta hop back in. 1 second. This one. Gotta be that, right? The only possible meaning for this animation. I think we learned that earlier, right? We learned at some point that you can parry. Okay, see you guys.